But this will blow over. I don't know what Harry will do. He seems to me to be very ill and to need help immediately. Whoever is his therapist isn't doing very well because he seems to have no idea of what is okay to say and absolutely what is not.
Now, in a new clip from his interview with ITV released ahead of its broadcast tonight, Prince Harry describes meeting crowds gathered outside Kensington Palace after the death of his mother, Princess Diana, when he was 12.
The wet hands that we were shaking, we couldn't understand why their hands were wet, but it was all the tears that they were wiping away. Everyone thought and felt like they knew our mum. And the two closest people to her, the two most loved people by her, were unable to show any emotion.
Well, the Sunday Times reports the Prince of Wales is sad and anxious over allegations in Harry's memoir, and that those around the Prince accept he is a sitting duck in the face of Harry's anger. Let's speak to Angela Levin, royal biographer, including writing Harry, Conversations with the Prince. Angela, good morning.
Good morning.
Is Prince William a sitting duck in this situation? I mean, he's got a pretty loud megaphone, should he want to use it.
No, he wasn't. He's very dignified and he doesn't want to have a fight because it won't just be one thing that Harry wants to argue. He's probably got about 300 that he wants to say in the next few days. But then you can't go attacking. You can't also trust him because he won't keep things secret. He actually will say everything that William says, and it will just go on and on and on. It's much better to be dignified and to hold on and not answer. I mean, some of the things are lies and some of them are just being spiteful. And why should you get involved in either of those things?
Do you really think that Harry couldn't be trusted if he was authentically and genuinely approached by William or the King or the royal family at large to say, look, let's have a private conversation about this? Why can't he be trusted on that if there was an authentic, genuine, heartfelt attempt to reconcile?
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's the way, but he thinks he can do it in 10 minutes. He tried twice when he came over, and he wanted everything sorted out. And well, actually, we went to see his father, and he wanted it sorted out in 10 minutes. When you can't do that, there's such a rift that you need a long time. And also, if you look at the book carefully, he's repeating things that his father said straight after Prince Philip's funeral. Well, no, straight after his death, and he actually reported that his father said, you know, come on, boys, don't make the rest of my life very difficult. Now, that's a private comment within his father at a very, very moving moment. He's also said various other things that he said with opera about what William has said. And he did sell something very quickly. I can't remember exactly what it is, but something about the Queen. And he got a load of money from an American commentator. You can't trust him at all. What he needs to do, of course, is to come and stay in the UK for several months so that he could actually talk it all through. It's absurd to think that you can actually make better in 5 minutes.
For how long are we going to be in this excruciating holding pattern of a family rift that either needs healed in some way, whether that's through apologies and, you know, months-long meetings and reconciliation like that, or we just need to get past it and get over it? How long will this go on?
Well, I mean, it's the press's fault, isn't it? We are lapping up what's in the book. We're lapping up what the interviews will be tonight. He's got 2 or 3, and it makes good news. People want to read about it. So I think quite soon they'll get bored stiff, but there's something compelling about hearing all this nastiness between, you know, you just want to know, you want to hear about it. You can't believe it. You can't believe what he's saying. You can't believe the lies he's telling. And you're fascinated by it, where the royal family are just keeping their dignity and staying quiet. But this will blow over. I don't know what Harry will do. He seems to me to be very ill and to need help immediately. Whoever is his therapist isn't doing very well because he seems to have no idea of what is okay to say and absolutely what is not. And we have then Meghan's biography coming out, autobiography, and that will also do the same. Poor me, whine, whinge. I sacrifice so much. Nobody appreciates me. When we all know that she wasn't known before she joined the royal family.
Well, I mean, she was an actor on a fairly popular Netflix series, wasn't she? Angela, it's really good to speak to you. Thank you very much indeed for your time. That's Angela Levin, royal biographer, including one of her books, Harry, Conversations with the Prince. Of course, those numerous Prince Harry interviews will start rolling out as of this evening.
Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the space where we separate fact from fiction and uncover the truth behind royal drama. Today we dive into Prince Harry's explosive revelations and the storm that's brewing in the House of Windsor. In a deeply emotional clip from his ITV interview, Prince Harry recounts meeting crowds after Princess Diana's tragic passing. He vividly remembers the overwhelming sorrow that enveloped the atmosphere, a sorrow that was almost palpable. At just 12 years old, he described shaking hands with mourners whose tears had soaked their palms. The young prince was thrust into a world of grief and public scrutiny, a world that no child should ever have to navigate. Yet, in the midst of overwhelming grief, Harry and his brother William were unable to show emotion publicly. They were expected to maintain a stoic demeanour, a facade of strength, even as their hearts were breaking. Can you imagine the weight of that burden on a child? The pressure to appear composed while dealing with such profound loss is unimaginable. But what's truly heartbreaking? Critics are now questioning Harry's mental health. They fail to see the human behind the royal title, the boy who lost his mother and had to grow up in the public eye. Is he misunderstood, or is there a genuine need for healing? Let's talk about it. The conversation around mental health is crucial, and Harry's story sheds light on the importance of empathy and understanding. The Sunday Times paints a picture of Prince William as anxious and saddened by the allegations in Harry's memoir. The tension between the brothers is palpable, with William often seen in deep thought, perhaps contemplating the impact of these revelations on the royal family. Royal biographer Angela Levin claims William's dignified silence is intentional, avoiding a public war of words. She suggests that William believes maintaining a stoic front is the best way to uphold the monarchy's image amidst the storm. But here's the question. Is silence always golden, or is it fueling Harry's frustration? Harry's outspoken nature contrasts sharply with William's reserved demeanour, leading many to wonder if this silence is causing more harm than good. And speaking of trust, critics claim Harry cannot be trusted with private conversations. They argue that his willingness to share intimate details undermines the very fabric of royal confidentiality. Are these accusations fair? Or is Harry simply exposing a side of the monarchy they don't want us to see? Perhaps Harry's revelations are a call for transparency, challenging the age-old tradition of royal secrecy. And as if things weren't dramatic enough, Meghan's autobiography looms large on the horizon. Critics suggest it'll follow the same narrative of sacrifice and a lack of appreciation. But here's the twist. Was Meghan a nobody before joining the royal family, as some claim? Or was her success on and her humanitarian work already paving the way for her lasting influence? As the royal family maintains its silence amidst the growing tension and public scrutiny, and Harry's revelations dominate headlines across the globe, we're left asking, will this rift ever heal, or will it deepen further? Are we witnessing history in the making, a pivotal moment for the monarchy? What's your take on Harry's truth and Meghan's upcoming memoir? Will it shed new light or add fuel to the fire? Share your thoughts in the comments or tweet us at Meghan Harry Tales. Your opinion matters. Thank you for tuning in to our special coverage of this royal saga. Until next time, stay curious and engaged with the unfolding story, and keep questioning the narrative. Your curiosity drives the conversation.